Have you ever made an estimation error, such as for how much money, time, or effort something will take? Well, I recently did so. I underestimated the time that adding something to this game would take. For context, I ended last video with some expectations for this one. System to load them in. Said voting system will be built next week, along with the cosmetics shop, and if there's time, I'll learn how to make the music tracks for the game. So, I did get the voting system done, which was day 1. It went pretty smoothly, except for an error in showing the different map choices, but that was eventually resolved. The real setback was the cosmetics shop. I thought it would only take about 3 or 4 days to add all 4 different types of cosmetics, which are trails, textures, ball models, and player titles. I am adding them in that order. Since there are 4 different types of cosmetics, I must essentially build a separate shop for each one, each with its own semi-unique programming. In other words, I will likely be able to copy over a lot of the programming, but it will still take a while to adjust to the new cosmetic type. Now, I've been talking about how hard it is to make a shop and how I have to make 4 of them, but I haven't explained why it's so hard to make a shop. To explain that, I'll tell you how I built the trail shop. Be aware that I am not the best scripter, so there's probably a way more efficient way to do a lot of this, but here we go. So, I started with my concept list for the shop items. To make this, I listed all the different items I wanted to add to the shop. After I made this, I built a shop GUI, which means adding a button for each cosmetic item. These buttons will change a currently selected item when pressed. Scripting these took no effort due to using the names of the buttons to set the selected item. The button's entire script is on screen now. I then had to paste my cosmetic list into a scripts table, detect when the selected item changes, and change the text accordingly. Same goes for a coin display and trail preview, which work similarly. I then had to send a message to the server telling it which item I wanted to equip or buy, and make it do that for me. This must be done server-side so that it shows to other players, and to prevent exploits. This could be enough, however we want our cosmetics to save, so we must paste our list of cosmetics into the data source script and create an individual value for each one, then set each value true or false depending on if the player in question owns said cosmetic or not. This completes the loading process, and now we must paste our cosmetic list one last time so that we can more easily define the variables needed for saving. Once we add said variables into the save table, our cosmetics are done, except for one small thing. They do not show, as we haven't added the actual functional cosmetics yet. We now must create a new script which will work similarly to the script for the trail preview, though changing a few different properties that exist in the actual trail. After this is done, all we need to do is add the actual trail into your character at spawn, and 1 of 4 shops are done. Congratulations, that took a week's worth of development time for 24 items. There's still a couple of bugs with the actual cosmetics to work out, but it's mostly done. With this done, adding the next 3 shops should be easier. It'll probably take a week or 2 though. At least I hope it will. Either way, music composition is getting its own devlog, so don't expect too much progress for Devlog 4. Though, if this project seems interesting to you and you'd like to see its progress, like, subscribe, and join the Discord server, link in my channel page. Sorry this video was a bit short, I just couldn't get a lot done this week for reasons already covered.